Hello guys, welcome back to my channel CodeMonger. So today we are going to solve another problem of Leetcode 75, numbered 1431, kids with greatest number of candies. It is an easy problem, so let's try to understand what's being asked in the question. So there are n kids with candies. You are given an integer array candies where each candy I represents the number of candies the ith kid has and an integer extra candies denoting the number of extra candies that you have. So basically what we have been given is like we have been given an array, right? Something like this. And in this array there will be some values like 2, 3, 5, 1, 3. Okay. And other than that, so this is the candies and it represents like basically all the index, right? The 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. These are actually the kids. The 0th kid, the 1st kid, 2nd kid, 3rd kid, 4th kid, right? So this is like the candies each of the kids have. Now other than that, we have EC, right? That is extra candies that I have, right? So in this case it's been given as 3. So this extra candy I have. Now let's go through what exactly is asked in the question up till now. That's what they have explained. Okay, return a boolean array result of length n where result of I is true if after giving ith kid all the extra candies there will be they will have the greatest number of candies among all the kids, or false otherwise. What it's trying to say is like if I try to give all these extra candies, right, all these extra candies to any of the kid, right, I can give it to anyone. If up, let's say the 0th kid, I'm giving all the extra candies. After giving that extra candy to this kid, whatsoever the total candies he have should be the maximum across all the kids. Okay. And the next line they have told, note the multiple kids can have the greatest number of candies. So there could be like the greatest number of candies is same across multiple kids. So for all of them, the answer should be true. Let's try to see how we can actually solve this. Okay. So this is it. We have 3 as an extra candy, right? Let's say I give 3 candy to all of them, right? So I give 3 to this first 0th kid, then first kid, second kid, third kid, and fourth kid, right? And add them. After, since I'm giving them, so I'll add them, right? After giving the extra candy, the 0th kid would have 5 candies total. This one would have 6, this one will have 8, this one will have 4, and this one will have 6, right? Now, what's the greatest candy among all the kids that are present, right? If you see, the greatest candy was 5, right? 5 was the greatest candy among all the kids. So if anyone is able to reach this number, right, or greater than this, so the answer for it would be true, right? Because after giving the extra candy, they are reaching this threshold of 5 candies, right? That's greatest before distributing the extra candies. So for this kid it will become true, for this kid it will become true, for this kid it will become true, but for this kid, right, the 4th kid, it will remain false, because even after giving 3 extra candies its total sum is becoming 4, which is less than the candies the kid at second index is having, right? So that's why for it the result would be false. But let's say for this kid, again it is 6, which is greater than 5, so the answer would be true. Okay, so that's all that we are required to do. The first step would be to find out the what's the maximum number of, what's the greatest candy among all the kids, right? So we have to find the max candy, right, across all the kids. The second step would be to add this extra, give this extra candy to all the kids and see if the after distribution, right, after distribution, the candy of the ith kid, whether it's greater than or equal to the max, right? Whether that value is greater than equal to the maximum value of the kid having the candy, right? If that's the case, then we will mark it as true, right? Otherwise, if this turns out to be not the case, then we will mark it as false. Okay, so that's all about the problem. Let's try to code it. Okay, so whatsoever like we have discussed so far, we will try to write the same thing in the code. So let's just dive into it. Okay, so first thing is to find out the maximum value. To do that, we'll create a variable int max, okay, which represents the maximum candy, right? So initially, if we have to find out, let's initialize with the minimum values here, sorry. So we'll initialize with the minimum value, right? So if anything that's come bigger than it, we'll update it accordingly. So for each of the value, right, of the candies, max would be updated accordingly. Now, the answer that we have to return is in the list of boolean. So let's create that. Okay. Now let's go over all the values, all the candies that the kids have, right? If we add that value, right, plus that extra candy that we have given, if the kids, if the candies that kid already has, and if we add them, give him the extra candies, if it is greater than the max value, right, then answer, we will add in answer, it should be true, right? If this is not the case, then we will add answer as false. Okay, so that's it for this question. Let's see basic test case. Let's try to run first. Leetcode is taking too much time. So let me try to refresh this page once. Nowadays, this Leetcode has become very sluggish, I would say. Most of the time, it's not working. Don't know why. Uh, so let's try to. It's now it got reloaded. Let's try to run it once again. Yeah. So the semicolon is expected here. So all the basic test cases are at least passing now. Okay. Uh, and let's try to submit the solution and see how is it working. Okay, so as the runtime is 1 millisecond, it beats 87.43% of the submissions. So yeah guys, that's all about this problem. If you have any questions or doubts, do write in the comment section. I'll be glad to answer them. And as you know, this question is a part of Leetcode 75 series. We'll be continuing with it. The remaining videos that will be following this will contain all the questions. So do bookmark it and try to go through the playlist to understand all the questions. These are very frequently used out in the interview questions. Okay, now also subscribe to the channel if you like the content. See you in the next video.